Hey everyone, Mark Wolff here. I hope you're doing well. I have been asked over the last couple of months, and I've mentioned it so much, as to how to keep your immune system up and strong in these times, because in actual fact there's nothing more crucial. Many of you know that I contracted COVID a couple of weeks ago. It was quite a battle, not a pleasant virus by any means. But I turned the corner and I'm feeling great. A little bit of post-viral fatigue, but I'm sure I'll get over that quite soon. But a lot of people have been asking me, how do you actually keep your immune system strong? How do you keep it up? I've mentioned key things like focusing on sleep. You really do need to get enough sleep, because that's very vital. Light exercise, nothing too intense, but obviously doing lighter exercise sessions and keeping that blood circulating will obviously also help boost the immune system as well. And then obviously focusing on nutrition is quite key. But a lot of people have asked me, what is my go-to? What am I doing in order to be able to get my immune system up? And there's so many different theories and so much out there. I only go for things that have got scientific-based evidence behind them. I don't believe in whatever's just said out there. There's a lot of research as to what actually works and what doesn't work. So a typical morning for me is I would get up, I generally have a green tea, sometimes even a warm lemon water or something. I try and create a little bit of alkalinity as I start my day. And one of the things that I do is I take glutamine and I have it on an empty stomach. Sometimes I do incorporate it into a smoothie, but it has been known, and it is known, that glutamine does help. It's got antiviral properties, but it also helps with improving and strengthening gut bacteria, and that's one of the reasons why I like it, as well as providing some alkalinity to the system. Over and above that, my morning generally, because I'm more plant-based, I do take iron, so I take a vitamin C with that. I take a vitamin D, a 5,000 IU. Many people say, wow, well that's actually quite a powerful dose. There's people that sometimes take more. Vitamin D is absolutely crucial for immunity, and in actual fact, I monitor my bloods every 3 to 4 months. I look at what my vitamin D levels are and I dose accordingly. So I know that I'm not going excessive. I know that the amount of vitamin D that I'm taking is absolutely suitable to what I need. And if you're not sure, then get a blood test and you can actually see what your levels are and see if you do need to fortify it, but it's rather you have it on the upper end than the lower end. Especially now through our winter season, and obviously being in lockdown, you're not getting that sunlight exposure like you normally would, and vitamin D is very crucial. One of the things that I think has worked extremely well for me, and really, really well, it's something new that I've tried, obviously, because it's new to our product range as well, and I've actually brought a tub over here. It's the 32 GI plant-based protein. People say, well, what's that got to do with immunity? Well, I'll tell you, first of all, protein is very crucial for our immune system strength. I mean, we know that many of the infection-fighting cells are derived from protein, and you need to hit your protein targets. You cannot under-eat protein, because if you do not hit protein targets and you don't eat or consume enough protein through the day, you ultimately weaken your immune system. So yes, it's crucial, but that's not why I'm mentioning this product at all. It's got an ingredient in called Wellmune. Wellmune is a beta-glucan. It's derived from baker's yeast, which is one of the strongest beta-glucans that you can get. And what does a beta-glucan do? It actually primes infection-fighting cells. So things like your neutrophil, it will prime them. These are your front line of defense. And if any infection is going to enter your body, you need to have soldiers that respond quickly and immediately. And if they're primed, they will do so. And that's exactly what Wellmune does. It has so many published peer-reviewed studies as well, and I've gone through all of them, from reducing fatigue to mitigating the risks of severe respiratory illness, etc. There's been so much peer-reviewed studies around Wellmune. You can actually go to wellmune.com and check it out. But one thing's for sure, is it has been shown to fortify and strengthen the immune system. So it's something that I've been taking every day. I dose myself just with a serving a day. They generally recommend doing it for 30 days, and then you can drop the dosage down a little bit, maybe once every second day. But I've been priming myself constantly, because I've been fearful that at some stage I am going to get COVID, and lo and behold, I did. Whether or not this played a very vital role in helping fight off the infection, who knows, but I ultimately believe yes, it did. And it worked very well. Not only just from an immune system point of view, it's just also helped me, because I'm more of a plant-based eater. It's helped me to achieve my protein targets daily. A single serving's got over 22 grams of protein, so I found that was quite useful. I've added it to smoothies, to porridges, etc. So it's an amazing product. It's gone into Dis-chem in actual fact. It can also be ordered online, but really worth it. It comes in 3 flavors: vanilla, chocolate, and there's a mocha flavor, which I love because it's got real coffee in. So that's one of the things that I think is quite important. So I think what I'm trying to say is that there are some things out there that are proven to help with immunity. One of the things I also haven't mentioned is zinc, and I do take that daily as well. Also very good for gut bacteria. It's also been known to help fight off throat infections as well. A little bit of an antibacterial. So there's a lot of things that you can look at to help with immunity. One of the things I haven't mentioned as well is probiotics, prebiotics. I'm also taking probiotics at the moment. I was on a little bit of medication through when I had COVID, and obviously it does create a little bit of damage to gut bacteria. So for me, probiotics is one way of trying to just replenish those damaged microbiome, and I think that's something that's quite good. I also eat fermented foods, etc., and I keep it quite simple. I don't go over the top. I don't overdo it. I know there's some people out there that are taking massive doses of things. I don't think you have to overdose and go mad. I think ultimately, if you're focusing on your sleep, if you're focusing on nutrition, if you're focusing on hydration, if you're focusing on exercise, and you're just doing those right things with a little bit of supplementation, you can't go wrong. So that's it. I hope that was valuable. We'll chat next time.